Only time will truly tell if I am ready for the journey that I am about to embark on. I am going to be returning to college. I will be studying at a university this fall, and this is significant because this is the first time I've been in school in years. More specifically, it's been approximately 4 years since I've been in school. Now, lots of questions have been going through my mind lately. Questions concerning what I should be doing in the time leading up to my return to college. I have been away for a while, and it's not lost on me that if I don't prepare, I could find myself swimming in some deep waters early on and potentially sinking and having my momentum fade out. I don't want that momentum to go away. I have experienced some significant momentum these last few years. I've gotten back in the gym. I've stopped socially isolating. I managed to work a job for 7 months, which was totally antithetical to what I thought I was capable of doing in the aftermath of my 6 month long manic episode. But I did it. I saved up money enough to where I could actually return to university. And I don't want to jeopardize this opportunity. I don't want to neglect to take full advantage of the opportunity that has presented itself before me. I'm well aware that this would not have happened without my hard work. I'm well aware that it was my diligence and commitment that empowered me to get into this position in the first place. But I still have these lingering questions. What should I be doing with my time leading up to my return to college? And what came to my mind a few days ago, I was actually picking my classes for this next semester. And I had this idea really juggling around in my head. How many classes should I take? This is a very significant first question to be asking myself. And I ended up choosing 5 classes worth 15 credits because I want to adhere to a piece of wisdom I was once given by someone in an outpatient program. It was by one of the employees there, and what he told me is balance is key. Now, he told me this piece of advice in a much different context. He was telling me in the context of being persuasive to others is to show them that the decision you're taking is one of balance. Balance is key. So, one of the easiest ways that I can adhere to that wisdom in applying it to my own life today, it's been over 8 years since I've heard this advice, but it's stuck with me. And the best way I can stick to that advice and demonstrate it in my own life is by taking a manageable course load. A course load that acknowledges that I've been out of school for a few years and I'm going to need to get back into the swing of things and become accustomed to a school schedule again, even though I have been devising routines for myself in these years since my manic episode. It's not enough to just do that. I need to now take that skill and apply it to a new setting, a new environment, because this is a new situation. The situation I find myself in is one of tremendous opportunity, but it could also be the catalyst for a decline if things don't go the way that I intend them to, which is precisely why I intend for them to go positive. I want to keep this momentum. I want to stay on a positive trajectory. So I chose my classes a few days ago, taking these things in mind, taking in mind that piece of advice I was given about balance being key. That key will unlock so many doors in the imminent and long term future. I have no doubts or reservations in me whatsoever about that fact. What I do know is that the time that I utilize leading up to this is going to play an insurmountable role in the degree of success that I experience. If I get myself ready for the level of college reading that I'll be doing, by reading daily, by journaling, then I'll be in a position where I'm rather probably over prepared. And it's better to be over prepared than under prepared in every case. So that's what I've been doing. I've been reading, I've been journaling a lot, and the reason I'm prioritizing these things right now is I just want it to be normalized and to create that sense of normalcy for learning again because it felt so normal when I was in school, but I've been out of school for so many years. And even though it's been something I've done on and off sporadically over the last few years, it's not something I've done consistent enough to warrant a return to school if my goal is to be successful in school. But it is enough to have laid a foundation that I can build off of, and I can increase the frequency and consistency and constancy with which I read and journal now. I have all the time in the world. I'm no longer working that job at a pharmacy. And so I'm going into the semester. I'm going to be setting high standards for myself. I remember reading this saying once. What counts is not the number of hours you put in, but how much you put into those hours. What this means to me is taking advantage of every second that we are blessed to receive. We never know which moment will be our last, and we can maximize our productivity during the time that we do have, whether it be in the pursuit of our hobbies or in a more academic setting, pursuing success in our coursework, on exams, and everything that comes with college. Because it's not just about the coursework, I also want to be able to succeed extracurricularly. And the key there I'll give credit where it's due, my medications. The medications that alleviate anxiety, the medications that mitigate the severity and frequency of my depressive episodes, the medication which act with antipsychotic results that reduce the probability of me experiencing psychotic thoughts, and because of medications that have stabilized my mood. With these medications, I've been empowered to put myself out there into the world again. And it's not like I haven't been interacting with people at all these last few years. I have gone to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings on and off. I've gone to online support groups like Depression Bipolar Support Alliance and National Alliance for Mental Illness. So it's not like I have no preparation in this regard. I've done these things off medications and on medications. And I think that on medications has been an extremely valuable asset to myself and in having the levels of self-confidence needed to put myself back out there in this world. So as a result of the persistence that I've demonstrated these last few years, I think the persistence is paying off. It's paying off that I was able to save enough to return to college. It's paying off that I'm in a position where I no longer suffer from extreme anhedonia. I have interest in the things that I'm passionate about again. I love public speaking. I read poetry. I write, I journal, I read. I'm doing things that I've always loved once again. Things that I thought that I would never do again. Things that I thought would be an extraordinary waste of time given the diagnosis I was given. But I know that's not the case now. I know what I'm capable of. I know that if I believe in myself, that there's absolutely nothing that I cannot achieve. And the same is true for you. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Love, light, and tranquility to all. This was Countdown to College, Episode 1. Expect more to come in the coming weeks leading up to my return to college. Peace, y'all.